Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday, September 14th today, the day after Columbus Day. But that's it for a bit. Anyway, there was no show on Friday due to a technical issue. I'm going to yell at my producer, who is Bo back there. You probably can't see him on the couch back there, but, I have severely reprimanded him about the technical issue that we had on Friday. So I figured I'd just give you a little bit of a bonus show today. Anyway, the show today breaks down basically like this. We're going to talk about Columbus Day. There's a lot of hubbub in the media about Columbus Day, and I want to set a couple of things straight about Columbus Day versus Indigenous People Day or whatever nonsense those guys are talking about. And then we're going to have the government shutdown. We're going to talk a little bit about whose fault it is, the ridiculousness of some of these things, and what our government is actually supposed to fund. We're also going to talk about peace in the Middle East. It's like right there now. And Donald Trump is the instrument of that peace. And it's not his first rodeo. We had brokered the Abrahamic Accords in his first term, and then of course the Democrats got in after they inducted Biden. I don't think that election was free or fair, but that's a whole nother topic. But so after they shoehorned that idiot in there, they just pretty much dismantled everything. But now we have a leader who is actually effective. So peace in the Middle East is an actual thing now. And then we're going to wrap the show up with a little local lunacy. Just going to be a bonus show today. Just going to be about an hour. Hopefully I'm going to stick to that time frame and give you guys a little bit of a bonus there. So without further ado, we're going to go into the Christopher Columbus. I got a little clip here.
To wish you a very happy Columbus Day. I knew Christopher Columbus very well. He was a great friend of mine. I called him Chris, and he did a tremendous job. But the radical left-wing crazy Democrats want to call it Indigenous Peoples Day, and I get along very well with the indigenous people. They love me. They call me Chief Golden Eagle. They say, Chief, what are we going to do about these crazy radical left-wing Democrats like Lion Liz Warren? I call her Pocahontas, Chief Spitting Bull. She's a horrible person and a loser, and the only woman who has ever failed a DNA test. Nobody ever thought that was possible, but she failed a DNA test. What a disgrace. Jiggly Belly Pritzker. I call him Chief Eats Too Much. Chief Broken Scale. Every scale he steps on says, ouch, you're hurting me. Please get off. He's a huge guy. He keeps stuffing his face. He's a huge guy and a stupid guy. And Peso Store Obama, right? You look at him in his sombrero. El Hakimo, Chief Tiny Teepee. He has a very small teepee. I have a huge teepee. Everybody knows about it. He has a tiny teepee. You know what I'm talking about. And he ought to be ashamed of himself. And he is ashamed of himself. Chief Tiny Teepee, El Hakimo. But we are sending out an executive order via smoke signal commemorating today as Columbus Day. We're making it Columbus Day again, celebrating my tremendous friend, Christopher Columbus, and all of his incredible achievements. So happy Columbus Day. God bless you. God bless America. And thank you for your attention to this matter.
So I saw that and I thought it was just hilarious. But I love that guy. I think he's one of the best Donald Trump impersonators in the game. He's pretty spot on, and the way he did up his hair into that, my God, that's some talent right there. That's the lighter side, the whole Christopher Columbus debate, I guess you could call it. But, so yesterday, all honest, decent patriots celebrated the fact that Christopher Columbus came over here, discovered this land. I know that Amerigo Vespucci did it first and all of that, but we're not talking about that. Well, what I want to dig into is the fact that you have folks out there that want to discount what he did and they want Indigenous People Day. That dog don't hunt for me. I honor Christopher Columbus and all of those European pioneers who came in his footsteps to claim this land for Christ. And I believe that this land was founded by Christians via divine providence. I believe that. And I am so thankful that that happened. And just for the record, just to set the whole record straight, this land was not stolen, it was conquered. The tribes that were here conquered each other. The Iroquois conquered the Algonquin, who conquered the Blackfoot, who conquered the Manhattan, and so on and so forth. And they were brutal. And contrary to liberal belief, the native tribes were not all living in peace and harmony with Care Bears and unicorn farts. No, they were at constant war with each other, constant war, and practiced slavery, ritual sacrifice, cannibalism, baby sacrifice. I mean, history is not a fairy tale. It's a complex, brutal reality. You can't cherry pick the parts that fit the narrative and just kind of erase the rest. And I wanted to make that point clear because all over my social media feed and probably over yours, you had idiots arguing the opposite, that, you know, the settlers came here and they were slapping babies and kicking grandmas. And the reality is this land was filled with savages. And to conquer it, we had to kind of be savage ourselves. And I'm glad that we had those pioneers who were able to be savage enough to conquer this land and give me and you the freedom and liberty that this land now affords. If it had stayed in the hands of the conquered native, we wouldn't have an America. And honestly, I don't know if I want to live in a world like that. I have discussions with my kinfolk and people who are African American, and history is brutal. Sometimes it's ugly, but look at where we are today, and that's what I want to focus on. That's the good, right there. I'm sure if the settlers, because they did try this, if this land could have been conquered by spreading the gospel and spreading, these people didn't even have the wheel. They were like 500 years behind when you're thinking about technology and innovation and things of that nature, behind the times. And if this country could have been conquered by just sharing technology, sharing the gospel, everything would have been fine. And that's the way we wanted to do it. But then the savagery set in, and we had to send in our own savages. And that's the way I look at history, because that is actual history. It's the way it happened. So, anyway, saying that, I also want to say happy birthday today to my good friend Bob Wheeler, that bearded savant who is a bit of a savage himself. He's a Marine through and through. So, happy birthday, Bob, and posthumously, happy birthday to the great Charlie Kirk, who is, I think, about a month out now. It's when that tragic day happened. So, happy birthday. It's still kind of tough. So, in the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit about the budget fight. First, a word from our sponsors.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Visit HortonLasercraft.com today and start crafting your perfect gift. For more info, email them at HortonLasercraft@yahoo.com or call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
So we are back on this beautiful but balmy Tuesday morning. This is segment 2 of Blackbeard Logic. I am your host, Leon Francis. Please, you'll see a bunch of sponsors. Please go out, patronize those guys. They basically support and fund Guns and the 701. I am on the Guns and 701 network, so please support those guys in any way that you can. Go in. They do great work. Segment 2, we're going to talk about the federal government. It's shut down right now. You probably didn't notice if you're a hardworking American patriot, but that being neither here nor there nowadays, you get labeled a right-wing extremist simply for being a self-sufficient, patriotic, red-blooded American. But I want to make sure that you guys understand something. Our federal government, a lot of the crap that they do is unconstitutional. Like our original framers would not recognize this government the way it's set up right now. And that's even under Republicans. The vast majority of the federal government is unconstitutional. It's completely unnecessary. And it's like Mark Levin used to talk about, the Leviathan. This thing just grows. That's what it does. It exists to protect itself and expand itself at this point. The core functions of our government were supposed to be, creating a stable framework for economic activity and success for the folks. It's supposed to provide a system of laws that protect private property rights and the individual. It's supposed to maintain a reliable, stable currency, ensure national defense, secure the borders and public safety, and its number one goal. I mean, all of those. I think there's like 4, 5, 6 planks, and the last one, I believe, is the most important one. It should protect our natural, God-given rights. That's it. Any government expense that goes above and beyond these core functions, they should be shut down. They're unconstitutional. And again, our founders would not have recognized such a government. Now, I'm going to... Mike Johnson Our Speaker, Mike Johnson, you know, I like him. He's a Louisiana boy. He's a Christian. I don't look, and again, when I tell you I like someone, it's with this understanding. I'm never going to be 100% in agreement with anyone on the planet. You can ask my wife that. But on this, I agree. He Mike Johnson, Speaker Mike Johnson, is out there blasting Democrats, and rightfully so, because they have an insane list of demands to end this government shutdown. And I'm hoping that he stands firm or not budging on any of these. Let's see. They want like $500 million for liberal news outlets. I'm going to say hard pass on that. They want $25 million for climate resilience in Honduras. And of course, they're going to shoehorn in something for the LGBT elemental P ampersand question mark guys. So millions of dollars in democracy grants in the Western Balkans. They've got money lined up for Zimbabwe, Honduras, a lot of places in Africa. Like Democrats, they don't just piss in their own backyard. They want to piss on the whole world. So they take their garbage ideas all over the world, and they want us to fund it. And again, you think about, and I'm going to play a clip of Speaker Johnson here in a second, but you think about the garbage that these people are proposing. And then they're out there every day saying that it's the Republican shutdown. No. And I'm good with a shutdown. I think that if it's not essential government services, it's unconstitutional to begin with. So everything that's not functioning right now, I think you should take a meat cleaver to, 100%. But I digress. Here is Speaker Johnson.
$1 billion of American taxpayer funds for wasteful spending for international projects. Here's a couple of examples. This is in their legislation, their counterproposal on the CR to keep the lights open. This is what they want to do. They want to spend $24.6 million of your hard-earned dollars as a taxpayer for climate resilience in Honduras. They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. They want to send $3.9 million for LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Western Balkans. They want to spend $2.9 million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa. And $2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa. We are not doing that. And they would send $500 million to liberal news outlets by refunding the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
With one. This is what these crazy liberals are holding the government hostage over. It's not a budget. It's a ransom note of globalist slush fund money that they want to get out to their NGOs. Our own borders burn. Well, did before Trump got in. Families right here in America struggle. And these people are holding our government hostage to launder our taxpayer dollars for feminist projects in Africa. And like I said before, LGBT, elemental P, ampersand, grants in the Balkans, and $500,000 to their propagandists in the corporate press. It's not a negotiation, in my humble opinion. It is the ruling class looting the treasury to fund their ideological empire. I also believe that it is a public confession of their contempt for you and me. I'll go even further, as a matter of fact. I don't believe that the money it's just like USAID. You're thinking that all that money for USAID, because it looks like USAID, and it goes to fund all of these hippy-dippy, feel-good things like water in Uganda and all. It does not. Do you guys realize, do you realize that the Hillary Clinton fund, whatever scam that they were running out there, do you know her daughter got $83 million out of that deal in grants? She spent $3 million of that money that she got specifically, $83 million in grants to, like, I don't know, help the homeless pachyderm or something or another. She spent $3 million of that on a wedding. I think they spent like 20 some odd million of that on their house, on a mansion after, the wedding. None of this stuff goes to good causes. None of it. All of it goes to like Democrat NGOs and is laundered back to the DNC. We saw that in Haiti. What they did, what the Clinton Foundation did in Haiti, I believe should be Hague worthy. Those people should be hung up by their bootstraps, and we should all be, well, I'm going to digress because I don't want to be, I don't want my channel to be struck, so I'm going to let that sit for a bit. But anyway, I want to say another happy birthday to my buddy Bob Wheeler. Bob, call me. I got a gift for you. Yeah, we're gonna do this thing right. Yeah. So you give me a call. I got a really good gift for you. I also want to send a shout out to my buddy Kevin Flynn, who, man, the advice from that guy, top notch, brother, top notch. And don't forget to check out tomorrow night, Guns in the 701. I think JD is hosting that show at 8 o'clock on all the social medias. I'll put them out there. And I also don't want you guys to forget, and this is a really cool thing that we've started doing. Sunday mornings, Sportsman Sunday Devotion. And it's hosted by Vance Bishop. So, stay tuned for that. Tune in for that. And all week I'm going to be putting out reminders for that because we all need that. We all need that. Dude, trust me. I need that. And if I need it, you need it. Anyway, we'll be back for segment 3 right after this commercial break. 3, 2, 1.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constant constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Welcome back on this bonus edition of Blackbeard Logic. Giving you a little bonus edition here because Friday, Bo didn't do so hot. So, there you go. This is the third segment of the Blackbeard Logic show. I am your host, Leon Francis. It is Tuesday, and in this segment, I kind of wanted to touch on the fact that there are a lot of folks out there that are talking about the fact that Donald Trump should really get the Nobel Peace Prize. As a matter of fact, our Speaker of the House, Johnson, has actually proposed this along with several other world leaders. Now, in case you forgot, Barack Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize for breathing. That's literally all he did. He became president. They gave him a Nobel Peace Prize. That's literally all he did was say, hey, I'm here. I'm breathing. There you go. Donald Trump, in his first administration, before, they stole the whole thing and, whole nother show. But he got the Abraham Peace Accords going. And then Biden got in there and he dismantled everything. But to date, in this term, President Donald Trump has ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, and now, Armenia and Azerbaijan, and now between Israel and Hamas. So in my mind, he is absolutely the peacemaker president. There's a reason that the world calls him the president of peace. John Fetterman, the guy who we all of us were guilty of this, made fun of him, because the fact of the matter is, he had that medical complication. It kind of left him almost catatonic, I want to say. And yet Democrats still voted that dude in. Like, it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. But it seems to me that Fetterman, during this recovery period of his, he says a lot of things that make a lot of sense. But that's Senator John Fetterman, Democrat. He says, I think the whole point of having a Nobel Peace Prize is for ending wars and promoting peace. So, with that being said, I'm going to play this clip of Speaker Johnson.
Make an announcement today. It's the announcement in the U.S. that was made in the Knesset yesterday. I'm proud to tell you that together with my friend Speaker Ohana of the Israeli Knesset, the equivalent of our Congress, we're going to embark upon a project together to rally speakers and presidents of parliaments around the world so that we will jointly nominate President Donald J. Trump for next year's Nobel Peace Prize. No one has ever deserved that prize more, and that is an objective fact. As Speaker Ohana said before the Knesset yesterday, quote, "Whoever saves one life, it is though he has saved an entire world." That's what some of the rabbis there would say, some of the sages he noted would say. It's an indisputable fact that no president has undertaken the work of saving lives and pursuing peace with such determination and with such remarkable success as President Trump. And under his leadership, we are witnessing the dawn of a new golden age, not just for America, but for the entire free world. The world is changed by these actions and strong leadership. American strength is good for free people around the world, as we say always, and peace through strength is maintained. There will be more to share on this in the weeks ahead, but today marks the start of this effort that we'll embark upon together, this joint parliamentary project, and I'm honored to do it alongside our ally and my counterpart in Israel in leading that effort.
And see, I agree with that. Speaker Mike Johnson says, he announced today that the Speaker of the Israeli Knesset, and I'm not even going to attempt the name because I would absolutely butcher it, but they have undertaken a joint effort to rally speakers and presidents of parliament around the world to join them in nominating President Donald Trump for the 2026 Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, think about it. No one on the planet has done more to advance peace and save lives around the world. And if Democrats, and I've been monitoring the news, they're trying hard not to say Donald Trump's name. They're talking about how great this whole thing is, but they just won't mention his name. Like, how do you even do that? If Democrats weren't backcrap crazy, this is a win for everyone. I'm old enough to remember when they were telling us that if Donald Trump gets elected, 1, he's Nazi, 2, he's Hitler, and 3, he will start World War III. None of that is true. Democrats always have their hair on fire. They're always crazy, and they can never give credit where credit is due. Now, I've seen a couple of Democrats come out. Chris Cuomo, 1, Bill Maher, 2, the guy that they were thinking of, he's sportscaster, ESPN. I'll think of that name here in a bit, but yeah, very few. Like The View, forget about it. And I'm old enough to remember when one of those nutty broads on there on The View said that if Trump brings the hostages home, I'll wear a MAGA cap for a week. Honey, sweetie, put on that red cap. It's warranted right about now. Anyway, that is segment 3. Just a couple of things that are on my mind today. And don't forget, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, catch JD, Guns in the 701. And now, here is a word from our sponsors.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns in the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Welcome back. Leon here with Blackbeard Logic. Thank you for tuning in. One last point on that last segment. Quick question for you guys. You hear in the media the need to bring these federal workers back to work. Like there's some pressing need. But I would submit to you this question. If entire departments of the federal government are shut down and those people are not working and your life is not affected one iota, were those government employees essential? I'm thinking we have permanent cuts. That's just my humble opinion. But anyway, I'm going to move on to local lunacy. And this one here, guys, this one here just, I'm reading through local headlines. This one jumped out at me. North Dakota grade school students left uncomfortable during arts showcase field trip featuring nude work and exposure to furry chaperones. Think about that. And I'm like, well, it can't be as bad as that headline leads me to believe. But then I read a little more. This comes from Flag Family Media. Shout out to those guys over there. Questions are being raised about the appropriateness of a North Dakota grade school field trip to an art showcase that featured nude works and the chaperones who allegedly identified as furries. Oh my God. The trip in question was organized by the Midway Public School District in Grand Forks County. Several students from the 6th to the 12th grade who take part in the district's art club recently attended the Fargo-Moorhead Visual Arts Studio Crawl 2025 on Saturday, October 4th. So I already see an issue here. The art district in Fargo-Moorhead is garbage. Lewd. It's not something you want your kids going to. Fargo-Moorhead, the Fargo-Moorhead area is the liberal part of North Dakota. In Minnesota, that's a given. But yeah, I couldn't see myself. I couldn't see me as a parent allowing my child to go to any type of liberal arts club, district, anything like that in the Fargo-Moorhead area, because I know what that scene is all about. It's absolute garbage. But anyway, according to an anonymous source with direct knowledge of the trip, Flag Family News was told about what was described as an uncomfortable experience that a middle school girl and her friend endured. During the trip, the source tells Flag Family News that two of the chaperones identified themselves to the children as furries. Now, if you're not familiar with what a furry is, it's because you're sane. But here we go. A furry is a person who dresses up as an animal character with human characteristics and even identifies as one in real life, even while not wearing a costume. The subculture is also known for having sexual undertones, with members commonly having relationships with fellow furries. Now, the source says the two chaperones told the students that one of them identified as a cat fox, so cat slash fox, and the other as a bug. They would make animal sounds at the kids and swing their butt around to make their tails move, one source said. The girl, her friend, and her classmates were then taken into a Fargo home of participating artists, which had nude of both men and women as part of their featured artwork. Come on. Come on. I can't even read any more of that garbage. That, you got to do better. If your kid is in this school or in this school district, hell needs to be raised. I can't. I can't. How a red-blooded American father could read something like that or know something like that is going on and not just go, let's move on. Let's move on. That is too crazy. Fargo Moorhead, do better. Now, here is a local story that I like. Friend of mine, friend of yours, Fargo City Commissioner suggests Charlie Kirk Elementary for the name of the new Fargo school. Now, we all know Michelle Turnberg, awesome, conservative, fighting for the folks in Fargo, even when some of us, think it may be a hopeless cause, but I don't believe that. I'm going to take that back. I have a ton of really solid friends in Fargo, so I'm not going to write the whole city off. But you got some problems. Like my mom used to say, hide your crazy, baby. We got company coming over. Fargo, hide your crazy. I mean, seriously. But anyway, Michelle has suggested Charlie Kirk Elementary as the name for this new Fargo Elementary School. Commissioner Turnberg responded to a post from Fargo Public Schools on Friday that asked the community's help in naming the new elementary school. I like the sound of Charlie Kirk Elementary, said Turnberg. That would be some positive national news for Fargo, and I agree. Now, the new school will be built on the Horace Mann Elementary School site. The new school, scheduled to open fall of 2028, will combine the student population of Horace Mann, Roosevelt, and Madison Elementary Schools. Now, I know this school. I know this area. We used to live up in North Fargo, and I love that part of Fargo. It has a old school feel to it. It's tree lined, like old school housing and buildings. It's over by the river and a couple of the parks, the ballpark. We used to live like a block away from the ballpark. Really love that area of town. And it sucks that they let that part of town just deteriorate. And I haven't been there in probably, I don't know, maybe 8 years, I want to say. But apparently there's a new school going up, which is good. And if they are open to suggestions, you couldn't do better than Charlie Kirk. I mean, it's a school, and the name of the school will be selected from proposals by the Fargo Board of Education. The board will consider names of national or state significance and names that have special significance to the area or people who made a significant contribution to education or school system. Now, they're going to narrow the names of the potential top 5 at the November 12th meeting, and we'll select a new name at the November 25th meeting. So you have until the 24th of this month, October, to submit your idea. What I suggest is flood them with Charlie Kirk. How awesome would that be? That would be a truly awesome thing that they could not ignore. And if I were you, I'd keep a copy of the email that I sent. Because, things get lost. They'll say they only had 2 suggestions, that sort of thing. I'm going to suggest that everyone that listens to this broadcast, send in that name, Charlie Kirk Elementary. I think it is a phenomenal idea. Anyway, hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Please go out. Please, 3, 2, 1. Please go out, visit our sponsors, and let's make their business thrive, because they are the guys and gals that are helping us broadcast to you, the 701 Network, the Guns in the 701 Network. I also want you guys to share, subscribe, support 701 Nation and Got 701 on all of our platforms. Blackbeard Logic, obviously. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow night, Wednesday. So every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central. Why am I saying that? Just 8 p.m. Central. So Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, 701 Nation they do their live stream. And then Guns and the 701 joins Mitchell in the morning on K-Fire, 5:50 a.m. radio, 99.7 FM, and iHeart Radio every Friday morning, 7:15 p.m. 8:15, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Tuesday. I am your host, Leon Francis. This is Blackbeard Logic. Please share, subscribe, and support 701 Nation, Got 701 on all of our platforms, Blackbeard Logic. And remember, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., Guns and the 701. And then Guns and the 701 join Mitchell in the morning on K-Fire 5:50 a.m., 99.7 FM, and iHeart Radio. And then every Friday morning at 8:15, also, Blackbeard Logic, me, your lovable host here. Every Friday evening at 6 p.m. right here on the Guns and the 701 Network. And now on Sunday, and you guys, please show a lot of love for this guy, for this show. Tune in Sunday, 10 a.m., Sunday Sportsman Devotions at 10 a.m. with Pastor Vance Bishop. That guy is great. And, if you're like me, if you like your Christianity and Carhartts, and when I met him, this is what I told him. I like my Christianity and Carhartts and calluses. I don't do the khaki pleated, sweater vest, jauntily tied about the shoulder type guy. For a pastor, I need somebody that relates to me, and then can relate Christianity with present day problems, issues, and life. And that's what Vance does. So Please support him. Sunday Sportsman Devotions, 10 a.m. with Pastor Vance Bishop. Tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I think it's Jamie. I think JD is hosting tomorrow night. And then Friday, you got me, Blackbeard Logic. I'll see you Friday.